Howdy fellas, we're going to be doing how to design basically any character. This is just the first part of it. I'm going to have another video on clothing designs and we're going to get into details of making a full character. I'm also going to add storyline just to kick it up a bit. But these are the basics. You should think of the story. Is the person going to be a hero or villain or an anti-hero, or let's just call them hybrid or something. You got personality, background. Number 5 will be influence, how they get influenced, how they influence as well. And then end, that's basically if you want to kill off the character, or what you want to do with him or her. Now for a hero, let's say he's got fire powers. I'm gonna do for the 3 of them, then I'll give you insight. Let's say you want to design a hero with fire powers. The first thing that you should get down with is drawing the profiles of your character. The fire guys always look the craziest, so see that you could have them looking daunting, but it depends. You could have some characters look calm, but most of the fire people are actually mad. Got like Natsu, if you know them guys from Fairy Tail. You got Bakugo, but he's more of a bomb type from FMA. Shout out to the FMA brothers and sisters. Next bit is the clothing, and that has to do with the timeline. It's like the mid days or the mid ages. That's like the 90s, the 80s. Then you have the ancient times. Then you got a present and futuristic, or if you just want to have your own world and do a mix, that all links to personality. It does link to personality because you're thinking, how you want to portray the character. But that's the fun bit. You could always create suspense. Well, here's an anti-hero. See, they're more of a, intriguing, subtle. You can't really tell the moves that much. This is just generalization. It doesn't have to be, it can be used for other characters as well, a villain or whatever. That's the fun of it. You have a variety and a range of how to design your characters. Let's just stick to the basics. For a villain, sometimes you could easily tell, just by the looks. There's just some vibe with that. So you could create that. Yet again, you got variety. But the villains usually have this sharp gaze, this little anger, little smirk, make them look, you get the idea, I'm gonna do a full-on drawing of one of my villains, but before I get to that, I'm gonna show you the triangle. See that? Because at the end of the day, you could have any type of personality to fit in any directions, but just keep the list I gave you earlier in mind. Story, how they, what is the role in the story, the looks, the personality, how would they fare to the audience, what do you want the kind of message you want them to pass on. So these are basic things. Don't complicate it, keep it simple. Know the kind of look you want to get your character. If it's a funny person, look for the funny style kind of look. You know, it's quite easy. It's quite easy. Don't stress. Don't stress. It could be hard designing the character, but that's why you got the timeline. You see how it works? The timeline would help you come up with extra things like weapons. You know, you could have some characters that want to go old style, or they want to look futuristic as well. So that's why you got a range of things you can play with. Don't limit yourself. You know, you could always keep it simple as well. Like if you're doing a romance or like a comedy, you could still do the same, but you could keep it very basic with those. But when it comes to superheroes, action, crazy fantasy, armor, you got a lot of things you could do with that. That's the beauty. Well, that's basically it, fellas. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep watching the other videos on storyboarding. I'm gonna get into more details about all of it. There's my character, kind of cellular based psychic, manipulates biological forms and the gene pool. So I call it the gene pool of genomes and all that. Bless fellas. I'm gonna show you a little comic draft where I have her on the cover. Her name is God, Gawd. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, there's gonna be a video on paneling, illustration and all that comic stuff, so fear not. These are some of my big boys, God levels. And that's it, fellas.